We have a second? Thank you. All right, we have some visitors today. Yay, visitors. Do you have any comments you would like to bring before the tree board? Let's come on up to the microphone. We're excited to have guests. We rarely have anybody come visit us. This is a special occasion.
I'm Cynthia Hernandez. I actually live in Dixon, but I grew up in Goodlettsville, right where Publix is where my house used to be. And I work with Tennessee Environmental Council, and he's my coworker. So we're just here to check it out and see what it's like to be on a real tree board.
Wow.
I'm on the tree board in Dixon, and we just don't do very much, so it's a learning experience.
Well,
But thank you for letting us.
no, thanks for coming. You've helped us many times in the past with tree stuff, like with the Master Gardeners.
Thank you for being here.
Okay. Reports from staff. We're going to put you on the spot, Eddie.
Sure. Well, trees are growing very well this year with all this rain.
You think that has anything to do with the rain?
Yes, we got 2 inches yesterday.
Wow.
So that was good. The only thing I really have to report is I had some trees left over from the Environmental Council giveaway or handout, and I potted some up. So I have red mulberry, witch hazel, white oak, dogwood, red bud, and I've got the one black cherry, and it's doing well, and they should be ready to plant in the fall.
That's good news. That'll make me happy, get that black cherry planted.
That's all.
And I apologize, I left Jack off. I thought he was going to be at the pool today, getting ready for the opening. So if Jack has any updates, I'd like to give him the opportunity.
Especially after the storm, of course, we've had some more limbs break and fall and different things that we're cleaning up. But I did have a gentleman reach out about putting up bluebird houses. He's supposed to give me more information. And basically, they drive a rebar into ground and PVC pipe over top of it and it's attached to houses. My only concern with that was the flooding of the park, of course. I don't think it would withstand that. Would love to see, different things. And my biggest questions is the maintenance of them. They said they come out once a week and check them, but I have not heard back from the gentleman. I want it up in Clarksville. I think they do it. He was supposed to send me some pictures. I wanted to kind of see what they look like. They're a new organization that's just starting, a nonprofit, and just trying to find places to put bluebird houses. So,
Can I ask a question, Jack?
Sure.
Did he have a proposed location in the park or
just along the walking trail.
walking trail?
Yes, sir.
Did we lose any arboretum trees with the storms? I don't recall, but I'm not 100% sure.
I haven't checked today to see. I know we're missing some plaques that's got to be replaced and put back on, but we're in the process of doing that, of course, getting them installed. So,
Why don't you put us in a flood wall way back there in the back corner to keep that from happening?
it would be nice. It'd be less work for us in the long run.
Yeah. All right, thanks. Appreciate it, Jack. All right, just some unfinished business. Just the next Arboretum health check, we'll probably do that in the summer. We'll wait, a few more, probably months, and I'll set all that up. I'll invite everybody ahead of time. Next is the Revive and Root Review. I thought that was like a wonderful event, and Vanessa's not here, but I'd like to thank her again. But I did want to ask if anybody thought of any additional things we might do to make it better, anything we did too much of, any changes that you foresee that we might want to consider when we get to this next year.
I thought it was really good. I don't think you really need to change anything. Just more of the same.
I think the day and time worked perfectly. Our homeschool PE class concluded, and then they were able to come up and enjoy the event. So we had a good number of attendees attend that event too. So if we want to continue to grow it, I think we market to those homeschoolers, and maybe we can reach out to the middle school and see if they're interested in bringing a class for a field trip or something. But I think it was a great success. I think it just continues to grow every year.
This was definitely the best attended one we've ever had, and so, of course, we had the most like vendors and things like that too that we've ever had, so all in all, it was good. All right, let's move on to new business. First on the thing are the tree species to be planted at Rachel's Garden and location. Turn that over to you, Sarah.
So Rachel's Garden, we are inching closer to the finish line with Rachel's Garden, and in the next month, I would say, or two, we will be looking at landscaping, and we do want to go back with some trees. I know that was an open field, but just providing more shade for the playground, for the shelter, just for that park in general. Keeping in mind that there might be the potential in the future to add some type of road on that far side if we were ever to make a loop road at the top, kind of where the batting cages are, to loop around. But I would love to see us just select maybe a handful of trees that we want to plant, and then kind of come up with a plan on where we want those to go.
It just so happens that I brought a list of trees. Actually, what I did is, like, in our guidance document, we already have identified a lot of different trees that we recommend in different categories, from small trees to medium trees to large trees. And then we also have several that we don't recommend. Is the people that are building the playground who will be doing the landscaping, or is that something you are doing as a city?
That's yes and yes. We have a company who wants to donate the landscaping, and with that, we will kind of guide that plan. We'll have Eddie work with them just to make sure that what we're doing is something that we can commit to maintaining as well. So yes, we're doing it, but yes, someone else is doing it too.
Well, again, my other question is, this is not the time to be planting trees, because we're getting into, June is a couple weeks away, and without extreme maintenance, trees are likely not to survive through the summer, because we're getting rain now, but I bet you tomorrow it'll stop for the next 6 months. So is that something we need to consider, or?
Yeah, if it's something where we wait until the fall to purchase and plant, that's fine. And that's just something that we would take on in-house as far as the purchase and planting of those. That's not a problem at all. I wanted kind of some guidance from this board to see what trees we want to plant and where we want to go with those areas.
I've been watching them put it together and everything, and it's really going to be cool. But I think this might be a good field trip for us to actually kind of walk the site, think about the path of the sun and things like that, and see where we might want to work on having a shady area for people to hang out versus a sunny area for people to get a suntan. So is that something we can do as a tree board? Can we have a field trip?
Yeah, I think we can just, commence the tree committee, and those that are wanting to participate are welcome to just kind of come and walk the site, just like we do the Arboretum checks.
Okay.
We can send something out and have everybody that is interested in attending meet over there and just kind of walk through the site. Right now, it's a really good indication as to what it's going to look like. The far side, we are going to be putting a berm in to create a little bit of water flow remove, or I don't know. We're trying to keep a lot of water off of the playground.
Well, I notice it does leak a lot into the parking lot. Is that?
Mm-hmm. There is a wet weather spring that is up on the top of the hill, so that's where that runoff is coming from. But it does go into our ditch that will be kind of piped across the front of the playground as well.
Okay.
We're trying to mitigate some of that water the best that we can.
So do we need to make a proposal to have a field trip, or can we just do it?
We can just do that. That's fine. That's totally fine just to do it.
It doesn't have to be firsted and seconded. Okay. So can I ask Denise to look at some dates that would work for you guys, and then we'll figure out a field trip
I'll
day.
send out a poll.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you, Denise. Anything else on that? Okay, and I'll bring my list of trees when we do this. All right, next is a proposal from April Griffin about a native wildflower meadow in the park. And I had received an email from April. Do you guys know her? I think she's done some events for us here. Anyway, they have a grant to be able to put like this, meadow with wildflowers and stuff like that. That's no maintenance, Jack. No maintenance.
That's hard to believe.
It's wild. It's just wild. It's a wild area. And again, it would be a lot of, native wildflower type things. It would grow wild. It would, of course, encourage a lot of pollinators, good side, bad side, I guess. But again, trying to find an area somewhere in the park that this might work. And so I talked a little bit, I think this would be a good project for us to sit down with her and maybe just let her explain what she's up to and some of the benefits and stuff like that. But
I think what we could do too is, we'll reach out to her and see if we can set a meeting with her, and see if that's something that we want to move forward with, and maybe identify an area, and then we can bring it back to the board the next time we meet. And if it's something that we want to move forward with, and if we want her to come and present, I don't think that would be a problem at all. If it's something we want to move forward with, for sure.
How big of an area? Does it need full sun, shade? Does it matter?
yes.
Yes to what?
So again, I think that would be, part of why we would need to meet with her to figure out exactly, I can't remember if she listed all the different things that she was looking to plant and stuff like that or not.
I think that they were working with, I don't know if it was another city or another company, I'm not sure what it was, and they were interested in moving forward, but I think that they have some hesitation, or there's some permitting requirements, I'm not sure. But she had reached out to us as a secondary location to see if it's something we'd even be interested in. And I think that she said that up to an acre would be what they would like to see, if I am recalling that correctly. But again, I think it's something that we just wanted to make the board aware of, that we were possibly exploring, and then we'll bring it to you all for further discussion if it's something that we want to move forward with.
And this is it's not just like you go and do it in a week. It's just like, you have to prepare the area. You don't really plant the seeds until December, things like that. But
And like Chris said, they have a grant to do it, and I think that the grant maintains part of it
Yeah.
too.
so again, what I would like to propose, if it's okay with you guys, is that we set up a sit-down meeting with her and kind of get a little bit more information. All right. Do we have to vote on that? No? Okay, cool. All right. Next, beautification update. Allison.
Hey, as far as cleanups, I don't think we've met since our last cleanup, or at least the citywide one we did. So I thank you all for everybody that was able to come out and help with that. And I know you all had one last week, or Monday, maybe. But as far as the beautification around the city that I know about that's coming up, we are gonna put the veterans banners that they're gonna go back up. That's not necessarily obviously tree, but it is kind of the beautification part. We were able to add, I think, 40 additional banners to what was already put out last year. So they're gonna put up the banners from last year, add the 40 banners, and I do believe that's going to include Moss Wright this year. So we'll have different locations throughout the city with new people. So we're very thankful to Sage Guard. I think any and every poll, if we had access to them, they would be happy to fund a banner for that. And I don't think they've had to turn anybody away. I think we had spots for 40, new banners, and we got like a high 30s. So everybody that submitted has been able to get their banner printed. So those, I think the ones from last year should be going up by the end of this week, and then next week the new ones will come in, and you'll start seeing those around town, and those will be out through Veterans Day. So that's my update.
Thank you. Moving right along, we're moving. That's really all we had for our agenda. It was really kind of a short agenda. Normally this takes 6 hours for the people in the audience, so. Do we have any comments from other board member or staff members? Anything you'd like to bring before the tree board?
I was gonna mention, like Allison said, we've had several cleanups. Dollar General reached out last week and they did a cleanup. Desk Case reached out to Toby and they actually did a cleanup on Monday. So I was just gonna ask Toby to put him on the spot and give a quick update about the cleanup that happened from Desk Case. And thank you to Toby for leading that.
We were able to clear the rock wall that's in North Creek Park that nobody really could tell was there because it was buried under years and years of just overgrowth and debris, as well as sediment from flooding. In that process, we found a beautiful oak tree that's probably been there since the rock wall was built that we were able to uncover, and you can actually see it now and enjoy it. But we probably did a total of 300 feet of the existing tree line, and we hope to go all the way to Brooks Park eventually and uncover and expose that whole rock wall and repair it in places that need to be repaired.
I'd ask Tammy this, but does anybody know the history of the rock wall? Toby knows? What's the history of that?
Fairly certain that it was built to control flooding when that was a campground back in the 1800s. And there used to be a wagon trail that went along the creek between the rock wall and the creek. You can actually see that wagon trail and part of the rock wall at the very end of Loretta subdivision when you're just about where that big hill is before you get off the exit to Millersville. You can see that at the top where Isaac Walton Cemetery is.
Sounds like that needs to be part of the history of Goodlettsville. Get tourism on that. We can get us a wagon and go up and down the road. Thanks, Toby. Any other comments? Jack?
So just to add a little bit to it, Moss Wright's Park walking trail is a part of the wagon trail from North Creek to there. So the rock wall that you see at Moss Wright Park is part of the old wagon trail.
Cool. That's cool. Anything else? Well, can I get a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to we adjourn.
Second? Thanks, everybody.